To Rui Moreira, how do you define the importance for the city, why creative entrepreneurs come to the city and work in the city? How do you choose focus on this part of economy, not on other part of economy? Why is it important for Porto?
In 2001, Porto was a capital of culture together with Rotterdam. We did a lot. We built the Casa de Música, the House of Music, with Rem Koolhaas, who was with us yesterday. We had the Museu de Serralves, the Contemporary Museum, which is fantastic. Suddenly, the city sort of abandoned public policies in terms of culture. For 12 years, we had a sort of technocratic government in the city which thought culture has to develop it by itself. And everybody knows the crisis we had. In 2013, we were called the pigs. We were in good company with the nice countries, but we were pigs. And we had a lot of unemployment, and it was necessary to boost the economy and to think, how are we going to react to this crisis of pessimism, if you want. And we thought culture is the main tool. We thought culture makes the perfect triangle with the economics, creation of jobs, creation of opportunities, very fast-growing small business, and at the same time with social cohesion, because we wanted to foster cohesion at a time when middle class was being particularly hit. And we thought culture must be the cement back in society. And we thought, how can we do it? Basically, we needed to reclaim some of the things. The municipal theater, which had been given to private sector for commercial theater, we called it back. But we said we are going to use the companies and the small associations of the city, but also to bring the best we can find in the world and try and bring that. Another thing is we try to foster creative industries through the startups connected to the university, to the Faculty of Architecture, which is very well known, Faculty of Arts. And then we decided we need, however, to involve everyone. Traditionally, what cities do when they sort of bet on culture is they invite the improbable people to come to our museums. It's the easy thing, you know, give some tickets away, invite the people every Sunday or something like that, free tickets. We thought it doesn't change anything. It will keep still the elite going to the shows on a nightly basis, and every now and then, because we want to feel comfortable, we invite the poor people in. So we thought, no, we just have to take culture where culture is most improbable. And not only take action there, but to turn the citizens into not only spectators, but also into actors. It meant injecting in the poorest areas of the cities some creative industries, which we fostered with the best film directors we had in the city, with people in terms of ballet, with people in terms of theater. What we found out very soon was what seemed an impossible investment really multiplied very fast. So we found out that creative industries, also from abroad, they looked at Porto as this sort of, if you want an environment, if you want an ecosystem, and they started investing in the ecosystem and bringing people in. So some of the most derelict areas of the city, which were old industrial parts of the city, we had lost the industry. Now suddenly they are flourishing exactly in terms of creative industries, not only from the city, of course.
Mr. Moreira, can you give us the main advice for the people who want to support creative industry? What to start with? What is the first point to take a look at in terms of the city work for the creative industry to develop and to stay in the city?
As cities become more competitive and attract more investment and attract tourism and attract real estate, the danger is that creative industries are suddenly, at the moment when they start flourishing, they are thrown out. That is the basic problem every city has. So I fully agree that, first of all, cities should not sell property. They should, there are methods. One method we are using is leasehold. We are allowing private investors to invest in that land, but they have to give it back to us after 20 or 30 years, depending. And actually what we are doing is international tenders. And the faster it comes back to the city, the better placed the competitor is. And what we also define is on those territories which we pass on to the land developers, they have to assign certain areas, certain proportions for creative industries. Creative industries we need really places where people can develop their skills, where people can invest, where people can grow. City policy has to concentrate, and we have been doing that effort on the old slaughterhouse, which is one of the projects we have just announced, and we announced it 2 years ago, originally in Milano in the Triennial of Design. We tested an old industrial area, which is something like 35,000 square meters, and we said, let's see if the market is able to respond. But we did not sell it. We put it on the market saying there is a leasehold for 30 years. Whoever wants to rebuild will rebuild according to plan. But it has to give guarantee for the city, 40%. And the city, what it will do is use these 40% of the land for creative industries at rates which are not the market, allowing the investor to use the other 60% to develop for normal business and for the market.
Спасибо. Спасибо.